Mejor. Ah, no, estrellas, 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 no tierra. Es estrellas. Okay, let's do this, you guys. I gotta turn on my heater though, because it does get a little cool from time to time. You know what I mean? Gets a little cool. What's happening, beautiful people? Hey there, beautiful people. This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. What's happening, beautiful people? Hola, hola, hola. Dude, let's do this, man. I'm ready. Who's with me? Are you with me? Yeah, okay, let's do this, beautiful people. All right, I got a verticale. Un verticale. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. How's it going, Alicia? What's happening, Tiago? Hola, Sofia. How's it going, Sofia? Sophie? Dude, we got this, man. Just gotta stay together. Together forever. What are you up to, Tiago? What are you up to, Tiago? Oh la la! Look at that. From Duluth. What is it? Duluth MN. What's MN? Is it Montana? Is it Minnesota? What's MN, you guys? Came from school. Nice. Inga, say hi to me. Don't be like that. Wild Bloomston. What's happening? Say hi to me. Say hi to the world's greatest living artist, you guys. I live from applause. How's it going, Claudia? Minnesota, nice. I love that. Ooh, so it's cold right now out there, isn't it? It's gotta be cold in Minnesota. Oh, that's right. It would have to be Minnesota because Montana is MT, right? Like mountain. Montana. It's gotta be cold. I'm imagining. I heard Minnesota's cold. Is it? Is it cold like Nebraska cold or no? It is, huh? Yeah. It's my party and I cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if it happened to you. Look at this, you guys. This is what happens when an artist spends too much time in the studio. You start singing all kinds of weird tunes. I look for reasons and ways to entertain myself. Love you, Jose. Thank you so much, Ruz. We appreciate that. Much love. Jose desde Baja California Sur, México. Un saludote, un saludo, un fuerte abrazo hasta México. Qué chulada. 11 degrees now, warmed up from -1. Oh my God, I cannot imagine that. I mean, look, so I'm in Tucson, guys, and our winters are like laughable. Like it gets hot here. And it still gets hot during winter. Like our winters are like,
I gave you a lot already.
like people are having winters somewhere in the world, not here. Maybe northern Arizona. Maybe. But not here. Not in southern Arizona. Central or southern Arizona, no way. Maybe somewhere in the mountains out there. People are having a winter in Flagstaff, maybe somewhere out there. I don't know. Not really. We don't know what a winter looks like here. We've seen one or two. I think we might get some. We might get something cold. Maybe during January, February, we might get some chilly stuff. That's about it. So look at what we're doing here, you guys. We're gonna make some little happy little mountains. Well, these are more like mesas, right? These are more like mesas. Some of that. Maybe Arizona, more like Taos, more like New Mexico, more around there. Maybe. Who knows? We're leaving it to our imagination. Imagination is where it's at. Look at that. Oh la la. Comme ci, comme ça. Très bien. Dude, that's my French right there. In case you guys wonder, I feel like all artists have to do some sort of French. Which has got hit by a storm. Vera on south coast of UK today. Wild. Oh my God. Can't imagine that right now out there. It gets cold in the UK, huh? What's happening, Tiana? It does get cold out there. I might ask, no sé. La persona que dijo que está en Baja California, ¿está frío o está calientito por allá ahorita? I wouldn't know where. Look at that. Digo, una pregunta medio rara, ¿verdad? Porque estamos en pleno diciembre, pero acá en Arizona antes se ponía frío y ahora muy caliente. No se pone heladito ahorita. Guys, look at these clouds, man. I'm telling you guys, we're going places. I'm bringing everybody with me. We're all doing this together. Did I tell you guys that I hit 25,000 subscribers on YouTube? I feel like a celebrity. I feel like a YouTube celebrity. 70 mile per hour winds. Man, that hits hard. About to meet the canvas face to face. Kick its butt. Show that canvas who's boss, Diana. Be like, don't be messing with me, Canvas. Love that. Don't go breaking my heart. Bum, 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 bum. ¿Cómo están? ¿Qué onda, cuz? ¿Cómo estás, primo? Aquí cotorreando, mira nomás, haciéndome así jugando al pintor. En La Paz, Baja California Sur, tierra desértica, noche fresca, amanece frío y en el día calor. Qué chulada. Qué rico. Is it okay though? It's like, oh, it's okay though. I like this change in seasons. Yeah. It's true, it's true. We used to have 4 seasons here in Arizona. I don't think we do anymore. I haven't seen 4 seasons in a while. The only if I want anything to do with seasons, I'll listen to Tchaikovsky. Haha. Not just joking. That's a nerd musician joke. Look at that. Boom. Look at that. Ooh la la. Look at that sky, you guys. It's like we're doing something. With expensive paint. Sí, aquí ando, ¿tú crees? With expensive paint. It's not that expensive. It really is not that expensive. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Man, I miss you guys. How you guys been? Tell me a little bit about you. ¿Cómo es él? Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. Dude, some days I'm just like, man, I just want to paint, dude. Some things I just want to paint. But I really just have to show up and do it because you know, to get to that place where you're just painting happily ever after, I think it takes a while. It takes a little while. Getting that your arm accustomed to it, having that feeling of everything's gonna be okay. You don't suck. You're pretty good at it. Stop second guessing yourself. You know, I think it just takes a little while. And before you know it, you're like, man, I am pretty good at this thing, aren't I? You develop a little practice, you know. You develop a little practice. Start telling yourself all kinds of good things. You know, I try to, anyways. I try to tell myself all kinds of things. You know, like I got this. You know, give myself pep talks. I do it in a better voice, not that creepy voice. Not that creepy ASMR. But I do tell myself, you know, Jose, you got this, man. Do a Superman stand, dude. Do a Superman stand. I haven't done a Superman stand in a while. You know? A power stand, right? Do a power stand, man. Put your hands on your hip. Open those legs. You got this shit, man. Yeah, I haven't done that in a little while, so.
Did you finish chambers yet? I keep feeling like
But I have to give myself pep talks because, and more important than pep talks, I have to show up, right? I have to show up. And
I finished in 2 days.
I have to show up and do those paintings.
All of town.
yeah, three seasons. A lot.
Makes me feel good too, though.
The episodes
Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like I am accomplishing something.
I'm so confused.
yeah, I just let it play.
Being an artist is a little bit confusing sometimes. I think it comes with it. There's days that you feel like you're on top of the world, and then there's days that you're like, I can't pick up the brush. I don't know what's going on. I don't feel, you know. I do have those days too. I just don't tell you guys because I mean, what kind of a badass am I gonna be? Imagine the world's greatest living artist having a bad day. He wouldn't be the world's greatest living artist. Sometimes I'll share with you guys a bad day, a bad moment. But I try not to, man. I don't want people losing respect. Oh, so they're like, oh, Jose, he's not really that bad. He's not really that badass. He's like everyone else. He's a crybaby too. That wouldn't fly, guys. That wouldn't fly. You gotta show leadership. I can't be vulnerable too long. I feel like you guys only see my vulnerability when I'm like complaining about something. Something else other than art. I'm talking smack about something and then you guys see my vulnerability. You know, hey, man can be vulnerable too. I've been listening to what's her name? That lady that writes those books on vulnerability. I forgot her name. Anyways, I guess I haven't been listening to her that long. Marissa Peer, man. Marissa Peer. I've been listening to Marissa Peer. I've been doing some inside work, some internal stuff. I've been working through some heart-ish. I'm macho sometimes, but most of the time, I'm not. Most of the time I got feelings. Look at that, guys. Aren't those clouds nice? All right, let's do uno más, you guys. I'm gonna do uno más. I don't know about you guys. I think everybody's, I don't know. It's noon. It's probably 2 p.m. somewhere else right now in the States. So people are like, I got that 2:30 feeling. Dude, I'm barely gonna have some lunch right now. A little bit. It's noonish. Look at that. Look at that purple. Ooh la la. That's how you do clouds, my friends. Clouds a la Jose Trujillo. No, it's not Trujillo, guys. It's Trujillo. I was just remembering how my Argentinian peeps say my name. Look at that. Gracias por compartir tu arte. Muchas gracias, de nada. But Jose, the Ryzen sits in your command. It's true. It is true. Thank you so much. But I ain't having lunch yet. But I will in a bit. I feel like I paint like how I played guitar. A lot of people didn't like how I played guitar, but a lot of people did. I I had people that didn't like it, and I had people that did like it. And the reason why I say that is because when I played guitar, a lot of it was like, it looked like I was fishing for notes, but I wasn't. It was very open. Very open.
Mama, you should come and eat. That way you can eat this chilito.
I will, little baby. Just leave the chilito right there for me. Okay, don't throw it away because those are hard to come by. Those. Is that a jalapeno? Dude, those are hard to come by. Do not throw that one away. Look at that. Look at that sky. Okay, I'm gonna sign these pups. What did you get, mija?
I got the chicken parmesan.
Hell yeah, it smells good. Chicken parmigiano.
Spaghetti, no, damn the spaghetti, and then I said this is
Chicken parmigiano. Parmesan.
what it's not.
All right, I'm gonna put this away and start a new one because I can. Probably because I'm nice. Because I'm nice, I'm gonna start a new one. Because I'm nice and stuff. Because I'm nice, we'll start a new one. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so well, let's do something slightly different, right? Guys, I just paint. I don't really like go like, oh my god, what am I gonna do next? Honestly, just paint, and then sometimes something good happens. sometimes something good happens in all that chaos. And then that's when people are like, you're a genius. And I'm like, I think I just got lucky. I think we call that luck where I come from. But honestly, that's really all I do. I just kind of, you know?
That's not for you. Mister. What are you doing? Why are you bothering me? I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing for you. Just act.
Look at that. Oh, baby. You're making me crazy. Every time I turn around. Look at that. That's it. That's all we really need to do. What's happening, Rudy? Dude, that's all we need to do. Look. You see how simple that is? It's beautiful. It's lovely. It's by the world's greatest living artist. And then we just kind of, look. By the way, the gentler you are with your painting, I think the more time stops. When time stops, you're somewhere else. You're You're like a meister of meisters. But time only stops when you stop thinking. So I eventually get into that vibe after a few paintings, and when fear goes out the window, it's when you start painting. That's why you become gentle with it, because there's no more fear, right? Who said that? I think it was Michelangelo who said that. Was it? I don't know. One of those badasses, one of those bastards. I don't know if it was Michelangelo or Donatello or one of the other Ninja Turtles, but one of them said it. Can't remember. Can't recall which one. I don't care. I just know that one of them said it. And I was like, yeah, it's true. You just got to get rid of fear. Oh no, actually, it was Turner who said that. I remember now. It wasn't a Renaissance painter. It was Turner. It was the British painter Turner who said, "Dude, when fear goes away, that's when you really start painting." Let's see, something so peaceful about you, sailboat painting, serene. Oh, thank you. Almost like meditation. Yeah. And that's the beauty, though, right? That it is a meditation. It is a meditation. It is a meditation. That's why Cézanne said that all good artists eventually turn into monks. Because when you're painting, you're really meditating. You're the ultimate goal of painting is not to depict something necessarily. It looks that way. At face value, we think it's that. But the ultimate goal is to learn how to silence our minds. That's the ultimate goal of painting. And to share that with others, right? Let it overflow and share it with others. That we're all looking the same thing. We're looking for a peaceful moment. We all are. No matter who we are, we're all looking for a peaceful moment. Hola maestro, ¿dónde compro la pintura, los tubos de óleo? Los compro en una tienda local aquí en Arizona, pero los puedes comprar en una tienda que se llama Blick Art Supplies. Es una tienda virtual en internet, y ahí los puedes comprar a más baratos que local, ¿verdad? Cuando los compro en un local salen más caros. Pero yo los compro local porque me gusta esa idea, ¿no? De comprar las cosas local. Aunque sí sale un poco más caro. Look at that. It's like a Meister painting, dude. Bam, bam, master. Let's see, Sarah, love it. Thank you so much, Sarah. Buen consejo. Gracias. And we'll do the same thing right here, look. We're basically just imagining things. It's not, none of this is reality, right? If it was reality, I'm doing a very bad job. A painter doesn't paint reality. They can if they want to. A lot of painters try to do that, but even the ones that are trying to do that it's a never-ending story. You can't really ever paint reality. The job of a painter is the same. The job of a writer. You're not writing reality. You're creating a whole other world. You're giving a different perspective of the world. If my job as an artist would be to paint things as they are or as they look, I wouldn't be doing my job correctly here. That's not the job. That's not my job. My job is to reinterpret what I'm looking at, the same way that a singer reinterprets a song, or a musician or a poet interprets something that is happening, or what the poet is experiencing, or what the poet is looking at. I compare pretty much painting with poetry because it's the fidelity is there, right? The fidelity is there. However, the lens changes. The lens changes. So you still have a certain, how can I say this? The experience is real. Right? The experience is real, but how you talk about it, how you interpret it, is according to each person, and also it's according to your tools, right? Your tools. If you have an extensive vocabulary, there is the potential that you're going to be one of those poets who use very sophisticated language. But does it mean that you can only be a poet unless you have sophisticated language? No. You don't have to be a highly educated to be a poet, or have an extensive language vocabulary, right? You can simply be someone who looks at something, an observer. Ultimately, that's what makes an artist. An artist, it's an observer. It's not necessarily that you're looking at more, or you're looking deeper. You can say you're looking deeper. What I think is really happening is that you're looking with concentration. And when you're looking with concentration, you're looking without judgment. And if you're looking without judgment, now you're really looking. Now you're really looking. You're paying attention. The most valuable asset is attention. Let's see, yes, I think that painting captures the magic hidden in reality. Absolutely. 100%. There's a magic that is inside of us, around us, all over the place. And it's not that we can't see it, or it's not that you need special goggles. It's that it's hard to see it. It's hard to see it. Everybody can see it, but it's hard to see it because we're bombarded by exterior senses, right? We're bombarded by thoughts, lots of thoughts. Your thoughts, my thoughts, the world's thoughts, the collective thoughts. We're bombarded by it, so that's why we can't perceive it. But everybody can, and so art is a reminder to perceive the world and the beauty of life. It's just a reminder. It's an oasis in the middle of chaos. There's so much thinking happening. Everybody's thinking so much. Everybody's running around, and I gotta do this, I gotta do that. We're all doing that in this world. The ones who are not are either saints or are badly ill. or children, right? Those are the three that are not running around. Children, not running around emotionally, like with so much baggage on their head. It's children, holy people, which are extremely rare. They're extremely rare flowers. And very ill people, usually. Very old or very ill people tend to stop that nonsense of running around mentally, doing gymnastics in their head. Well, they're forced, right? The children can't because they haven't arrived to ego. Holy people have surpassed ego. And very old or ill people are tired. And so when they're tired, the mind stops bothering them so much. Notice when you're tired, your mind stops bothering you so much. Like when you're really tired and you must go to bed. Not because you want to go to bed, but because you must. Your body can't afford not going to bed. You notice how if you ever pay attention to that moment, notice how your mind gives up. You can't remember what you were upset about. You can't remember your worries. You'll suspend your worries in order to go to sleep. It's because your body's forcing you. It's demanding you to rest, to suspend the mind in order for you to get some rest. And then in between that, there is some form of mitigation, in which we use vices or we use certain things. Usually the common one is vices, some form of heavy drinking or some form of drug or something, whether it's prescribed or not prescribed. It's not perpetual. It just kind of mitigates the thinking a little bit. It helps a little bit. It seems that it helps, but it pushes you back rather than forward. So it seems like you're resting. Look at this. There's no sweetest thing in the world than peace of mind. Nothing, everything's, nothing compares to it. The most beautiful thing won't hold any power next to it. Look at that. You're really going all out with this videos. What's up, Ken? Man, I got no choice right now. Está quedando hermosos esos colores. Muchas gracias, Gavias. Un cuadrito muy coqueto, ¿verdad? Muy coqueto, mira. Look at that. That's all that matters. Are you standing where you're standing? Or are you standing where you're standing, wanting to be somewhere else? The whole thing that matters is in painting is the whole. That's the only thing that matters, as well. Are you fully accepting that which is in front of you? Or are you painting hoping you were somewhere else, hoping it looked like something else, hoping you were in a different situation, in a different moment? Look at that. Let's get a little bit of this blue. Let's put it back here. Boom. So people ask me all the time, what's that sound in the background? That's tape being ripped. It's thank you, thank you, Aida. It's paintings being shipped. Look at that. I love that. It's so true, Ken. It is true. That's how I see it too. I get worried when I don't hear that sound constantly. When people always ask me like, how come you always hear that sound? I'm like, shh. It worries me when I don't hear that sound consistently and persistently throughout the week. Dude, that's what's up. Look at that. And put a little bit of blue over those sailboats. That way we can look at that. Oh la la. Jose, you are magnifique. So I had a friend who had a open up his law firm, right? And his nickname was El Toro. No, that was his nickname, and in English means the bull. But I never understood why he named El Toro, because I was always confused, right? Because when I think of bulls, I usually think of something from Spain, right? Not necessarily something Mexican. And now that he's not Mexican, but a large part of his clientele were Spanish-speaking people here in Arizona who happen to be Mexican, and so I was always like, man, why is it El Toro? So one day he goes to meet a friend in Mexico, and then he comes back and he tells me, hey, you know what I found out? And I was like, what? He's like, we met up for a drink and whatnot. He's like, I found out that to be tough in Mexico, it's not to be called a bull, but a rooster, like cock, right? A rooster. And I was like, I could have told you that. He's like, then why didn't you? I was like, I could have told you that. Yeah, tough people in Mexico are not called bulls; they call them roosters. And he's like, here I am thinking that it's a bull. I was like, yeah, no, I don't think anybody really calls anybody a bull in Mexico to say that they're tough. Maybe to say that they're big or strong, but not tough. I was like, but it just reminded me right now of that. I don't know why. I was remembering that. Thank you. Love your work. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that. Let's sign this pops right here. Let me show you what this looks like, my friends. Little bit of simplicity, lots of simplicity. Simple, not simpler, right? I think that's what Einstein said. Simple, not simpler. Look at that. Dude, I got a heater. Boom. All right. Really, I have the heater for the paint because when if it gets a little bit cold, just a little bit cold, just anything, it changes the I think it does something to the viscosity of the paint. And it brings out like not the oil but like water in paint because of the weather. I don't know, it brings out like a stickiness to the paint. Maybe it does something to the solids. I don't know what it does, but that's why I put the heater. Super gorgeous painting. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Thank you. Uno vez más. Uno más. I got uno más in my mind. Uno más, Jose. Dude, maybe you guys want to see me mix some Viridian, because I need some Viridian. Viridian. Look at this. See right here. Look at my bigly hands, folks. Let me get some Viridian. Here we go. Look. Okay. There we go. A little bit of that Viridian. Boom. That's what it's supposed to look like at the end. It's out. And then what I do is that I'll get a little bit of walnut oil. This is walnut oil I put in a container. And then just put a little bit of that in there. Viridian needs a little bit. It doesn't need that much. Depending on the paint, right? Some paint needs more oil than others. Well, to my liking. To my je ne sais quoi. And then this is what I do. Look at that. Ooh la la. Jose, you are a master. Master of puppets. You see that? This is what I want it to look like. Nice and fluffy. Fluffy. Let's see. And then I throw some oil right there. Just because I can. Okay. And then that's how I clean this a little bit. I try not to clean it too much, but you know, because then you get lost in like all this perfectionism. Like, oh my God, there's a spot right there, and then that kind of doesn't work. Keep the main thing, guys. I use toilet paper, so if you guys have any toilet paper shortage, it's probably me. No, I'm just joking. I don't buy that much, but I do buy a lot, but I don't stockpile. When you have a toilet paper shortage, I have a TP shortage too. I'm just saying, we're all in this together, my friends, juntos and stuff. You know, when people run to like Target and Walmart or wherever they go and buy toilet paper, I always get worried. I'm like, damn it. Every time I hear that, like on TV or whatever, people are like running to get toilet paper. I'm like, leave some for me, you guys. I'll be taking all the TP. Okay, let's do uno más. Same size, guys, but we're gonna do a different view of it, different angle. Boom. I use the kitchen paper towels. They are the best. No, kitchen towel. I do like using kitchen towels too. But I personally, I'm just so used to using the toilet paper. But from time to time, I'll use kitchen. The only thing I don't like about kitchen towels is this. Look, for me, anyways, I don't know why. It creates dryness, and I don't know if it's because it's the abrasiveness. Because kitchen towels are supposed to, they're supposed to scrub. That's really those circly things that they have. It's almost like very fine sandpaper. And I've noticed that when I use a lot or paper a lot, or I use kitchen towels, I start getting like little cracks in my beautiful little hands, and I have fragile, bigly hands, and so that's the only reason why. Maybe because I use it so much, right? Maybe because I use it for hours. I'm like, oh no, that hurts my hands. All of a sudden, I'm gonna be like that dude from Mice and Men that wore that glove with what was it? Was it Vaseline? It was Vaseline and then a glove, right? I think so. I get manicures often when I paint. I do probably need to get some manicures. Get a manicure. Get these hands super macho and spotless. And so the whole thing starts very simple. Look, it's just some lines. The whole thing's just very, very simple. Super simple. Nothing complicated. Because why complicate our lives? I feel like life is already complicated. Why add to the problem? You see, it's almost like it's falling, but but I'm gonna do something over here, so that there is something rescuing it from your eyes, because when something pushes that way, your eyes tend to go. The eyes are very interesting. Your eyes will. That's why they say that when you're driving and you see an accident or something, keep your eyes on the road. Like don't look at the accident or don't look somewhere else, because the eyes are very interesting. Your eyes guide your entire body. In case you didn't know that, now you know. Your eyes guide your entire body. So what I mean is that you will go to the direction of your eyes. Isn't that interesting? It's crazy, huh? It just is. I remember reading what do they call this? Surfing instructors. A surfing instructor was talking about this. That one of the things that I think I don't know if it's in San Diego or where, but there's a lot of rocks close by a beach where he would take his students to go surfing and teach them how to surf, apparently. And the main thing that the number one thing that he would get them to understand is to not look at the rocks. To not look at the rocks, because if they stared at the rocks, they would naturally, even the water pushes people that way. You will do something. I don't know if it's vibration, law of attraction, whatever people get into. I don't know. But when you look at something, you naturally start going there. And so he found that out when he was at a surfing instructor, and so he would tell his students, like, please don't look at the rocks, because the students naturally wanted to go there. And so in a painting, whatever you look at, your entire energy goes there, right? And so this is why visual certain things like visual weight or stoppers, movers in a painting, right? Directional painting, it's part of the composition. This is why it's so important, because sometimes people see me do these lines, right? I'll do this certain lines. It's not only to bring people to a point of focus, or it's not because I'm trying to do some sort of rule of thirds, or no, it's because I'm guiding the eye, my eye, and hopefully other people's eye, into certain parts of the painting. So I'm using subtle directions. Diana says that's the main thing they teach race car drivers, how to look and how far that influences your speed and car direction. Oh wow, I didn't know that. It's so interesting, right? That your eyes really dominate the whole deal. Dominate your entire direction. I mean, it makes sense, but it's just crazy to me when I think about it. I'm like, oh wow, kind of like how it's crazy that your ears are pretty much your entire balance, right? The balance in your body happen because of your ears.
Hey, amor. I'm gonna go pick up Daniel.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna bring back the car for you.
Okay.
If you can just drop us off at the warehouse, at home, because I have the presentation that
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
And will you take the boxes for me?
Yeah. Will do. Toodaloo. Like your ears, right? Your ears are your balance. I found that out one time, like, cause I got I experienced vertigo, and somebody had told me, "Oh, it's your ears," and I was like, "No way!" I went to the doctor, and they're like, "Yeah, it's your ears." I was like, "Wow." So your ears are like the tail of an animal. It's what keeps you balanced. Isn't that crazy? I thought it was crazy. I was like, dude, how is it that how is it that my ears fuck up my entire balance? Like, yep. I'm like, dude, that's crazy, man. Mucho loco. What's happening, people? I hope I'm not giving like pseudoscience here, guys.
Thank you.
Somebody maybe listening to me be like, that's not true. Jose, you're an idiot.
Or like a quantum physicist or something.
Yeah, some doctor or some physicist is like, just paint, idiot, just paint. Look at that. Tommy's like, nah, you're good. You know, I'm always afraid of that, you know? In the age of, like you read something online, you know, this is one of the reasons why I'm afraid of reading stuff online. Like you read something online or you know, worse, right? You watch a YouTube video. Please, guys, do not get your info from YouTube videos or from idiots like me. No. Please don't. Like I feel like that's the worst, you know. And so I'm always afraid, like please, let this be true. I hope I don't remember this from a YouTube post or not a YouTube a Facebook post or you know, some bullshit online. That's the fear today. Reliable sources. When I was a kid, if I had a question, you'd open your Encyclopedia Britannica. You know? And I always had the older one. You know, my parents didn't have money to buy the new one, the new edition. So I always ended up with, like, my brother's the one who would buy them, my oldest brother. And I would end up with a... But there was the library, right? You could always go to the library. They had the latest one. And so that's what you did when you were a kid. You know, you want to check something, you go to Encyclopedia Britannica. Or certain papers or whatever. Back in the day when we used to trust print. Look at that. But now it's that's the fear, right? Everybody has, I don't know if everybody, but a lot of people have that fear of finding reliable sources to a statement, any statement. Which I find that a little sad. I've talked about this enough. I find it a little sad because it gives that gives kind of an opening to start turning opinions into facts. You know, and maybe even vice versa. And so that's why I feel like it's a little sad sometimes, because there are consensus of, you know, things that it's already been proven and tested and whatnot, and we still play around with, sadly, right? I think we still play around with things that have a consensus on something like simple things like the Earth being round, you know, like we already did that. I don't know why as humans we revisit shit that we already went through. I feel like it just puts us back even further. I'm like, no, guys, let's move somewhere else. I feel like this was figured out, like not figured out but tested like 500 years ago. Can we move somewhere else now? Rudy says we had something called Colliers. It was Super Old Forum 1920s. We learned outdated info. Which one was that one? I remember these things that we used to go like that, and there was this light, there's this print that we would check the articles in like these plastic rolls. I remember I used those in junior high, in high school. I think I was it high school that I used them. I don't know. I think it was junior high that I used them. Maybe it was high school. And that's how you would verify things or do research, right? Using articles, using but very outdated info. But even outdated info, right? Was it well, depending on what it was, right? But for a high school student, they think it wasn't that bad. It's not like well, I guess it depends where. But it wasn't like, guys, we found out that there is you know how we talked to you about gravity? There's no such thing as that, or some shit like that, you know. It was never something extraordinary. For the most part, what I remember anyways. However, when it did come to law, right? Law gets outdated pretty fast. So I can totally see that. I didn't think about that, yeah. Law seems to get outdated pretty quick. Some areas. Look at this, you guys. This is going to be a badass painting. I can feel it. I can sense it. Marcel, did you turn on a heater?
Yeah, it's been on, but it's like on low.
Oh, because I heard a sound, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, it just kicked on.
Oh, good. Okay, I thought it was my computer. I was like, no, because the last one did that last time, and
Crash.
yeah, it was dead. Started doing that bullshit sound. I was like, I just got this one. Look at that. Yeah, it's an interesting world, you guys. I feel like we live in a very interesting world. Fact and fiction are blurring the lines, and it's just a seems like fact has turned into a commodity. Cheap. It's a cheap thing. It seems that way. We can acquire it by the dozen. You would think, right, in an information age, that we'd all be agreeing in major things, at least major things, you know, major nuances and other things. Well, I get it, but I understand that. But in major things, I would think like, oh yeah, we all agree on this, but we don't. It's interesting. I think that it is an interesting world. It's a brave world. At least I have fun with it. I go on TikTok and I watch all the conspiracies, and they give me life. I'm like, no, you didn't, really? Oh wow. The conspiracies are the thing that makes me laugh the most. It's they're They're fun, right? They're fun. They're funny. They're not really funny if you think about the harm that that it could potentially do, or maybe even it's doing to society. But they're funny to listen to when people go into it, start putting foil on their heads and you know, all that shit. It's so funny because when I was a kid, people that did that, they were like, dude, don't go to that person's house. They're fucking bananas. And now it seems like that's the norm. I was like, I don't want to go to anybody's house anymore. When I was a kid, that was the thing. Like, you know, you always knew you had a neighbor or someone that lived in the street, in the you know, the neighborhood, that was like into conspiracies and they were like, I don't know, all about it, you know, and spend a lot of time reading like pseudoscience and and all kinds of shit. I remember knowing people like that growing up, and you know, it's usually the person with a big well, I remember, right, the kidnapping van, the kidnapping looking van, and they don't want to do their hair. They think the government's listening to them, and you know, and so I was always like, dude, that's hilarious. That I don't know if it's been like, if that thing has grown or if it's always been there, but we only knew the people that lived close to us, you know, in our neighborhood or whatever. And now online has shared all kinds of characters now like that are all into it. Some of it seems like a joke. You see how serious? Yeah, no, I that's what I say. Like, I think it's like super funny, and then they're like really serious about it, and it's like, what? No, dude, like, you can't be serious, really. So I have a bro like that, you know. Sorry, bro, if you're listening. I have a bro like that. One time we were talking, and everything was fine, right? Everything was fine. We're just talking about politics and whatnot, and usually those types of conversations, right, instigate things. and we're talking, and all of a sudden he breaks out like this whole conspiracy theory about the moon landing and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, you know, like when people make shit awkward and you're like, I don't know. Yeah, no, I think they did land in the moon, bro. He's like, no, it's a joke, look. And then shows like, tries to show me stuff on YouTube, and I'm like, yeah, I don't, I was like, I don't think YouTube is a reliable source, bro. It just cracks me up. He gets into it, you know, and then some of his buddies, you know, hanging out, you know, we grab a drink or something, and some of his buddies, I find out they think the same way, and they're all into it, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta, yeah, like, what do you say, you know? It always fucks with me. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go grab a drink. Hold on, I'll be back. It always throws me off. But anyways, like, some people left. Some people are like, fuck you, Jose. The earth is flat. It always cracks me up. But anyways, did I say I wasn't gonna go into shit talking mode, and I did? It's just funny. It cracks me up, that's all. Anyways, that's how it was. And so yeah, it always makes me laugh, and I'm like, and now he knows I mock him, right? I play around with him. I give him a hard time. I'm like, hey, dude, are you gonna go get that chip on your arm? The microchip. He's like, it's not funny. If you really read, if you knew what I know, and I was like, yeah. I don't. I try not to get information, scientific information from YouTube, bro. But yeah, cool. But he gets into it, cracks me up. And then I see a lot of people like that, right? They get into it. They're convinced. But you know, whatever, right? I mean, whatever. I'm just one Mexican, guys. It's just one guy. Can't change the world. One painting at a time. Rudy's like, yes, that's what they show you. YouTube videos and crazy posts. It's not real. No, they're like very convinced. And you know what? I don't, honestly, I don't blame anyone. Honestly, I don't. I really don't. Because one time, I don't know if I told you guys this the other day. I've been saying this for a while. One time, like at 2 a.m, I saw a mermaid episode on TV, and I totally bought into it. I was like, dude, there's mermaids. Mermaids are real. And my wife was like, dude, you're an idiot. Go to sleep. It was like at 2 a.m. And so I think because they mess with us. Like I think about the History Channel and how it went from like what happened in D-Day, you know? It went from that to like ancient aliens. And now I'm not saying that those things can't exist. It's a huge enough, you know, place. Sure, why not? But I you know, I just feel like getting into it and like thinking about it and like spending energy in that. I think, especially because it leads into other things too. You know, I get a little, and it's not like I didn't look at that. Yeah, I was there. I was eating popcorn, watching Ancient Aliens. But then I start thinking, and I'm like, dude, you know, after you start seeing like so many conspiracy theories and how it became like a fad or like a thing, I'm like, dude, I don't think this is healthy for us as a society. I think this is like watching Ancient Aliens and things like that. I feel like it'd be like the equivalent to watching stupidity porn. You know, something that makes you stupid. It's like stupidity porn. And so I think it's really it's not good. It messes with our psyche really bad because of all the things that it leads into. It leads into all sorts of weird stuff. And yeah, like I said before, I think it has to do with the lack of trust in our governments and our institutions, which I don't blame anyone for not trusting. I completely get it. But from not trusting to reptilians, to like that, it's too far-fetched. Like the whole thing, you know. It's almost like a movie. Sometimes I feel like I'm in a parallel universe and I'm living inside of a Steven Spielberg movie, or one of those movies. And I'm like, oh my God, what's going on with us? Why are we buying into all this weird shit? Look at that painting, you guys. So I do fear for the state of the world as a whole. And how much those conversations of conspiracies and all those things dominate our conversations in the U.S. I noticed that. Look at that painting. That's some good stuff right there. Yeah, all of a sudden I see the what my bro and his friends were showing me were like YouTube videos with like badly taken photos that look like memes. You know, and I'm like, this is really cool if you look at it from science, right? From a scientific point of view, it's pretty cool. I mean, science is like listening to the universe, and like, I mean, that would be a really cool field trip. I told them, why don't you guys go and see if you can, I don't know, get in there and go into that and look at that. But from that to the fantastical, to the surreal, that's a far fetch. That's almost looking for trouble, like emotional, mental trouble. Like, no, stay clear from that, guys. What's happening, Nima? Greatest art teacher ever. I am the world's greatest. Look at that. Whoa, Sonic! Don't mess with my funk, man. Look at that. This painting screams Arizona. There we go. There it is. Look at that. Let me show you from a closer look. Look at this, guys. You're gonna love this. What's happening, Chris? Dude, you just got here. And I'm about to go take some lunch. Look at that. Oh la la. Arizona. I'm gonna go get some lunch, guys. Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be back later. Guys, don't take my ish serious, okay? I'm just here having fun. Peace out, everybody. I'll talk to you guys later.